So I'm sorry, was a little bit, couple of seconds over with the timer, but here we are in the game. I got a question about a little bit of a build guide, or if my build is somewhere up in the internet. At the moment, I don't have a guide, but I'm going to produce one. I'm just go quickly over the things I have done in this build, how it works at the moment, just to show people quickly how I got to this point. So let's go over the build. Let's go over the equipment first. I got on my helmet the basic skills, grant damage negation. We're gonna use launching strike the whole time. So this is basically up all time. Would love to see a little bit more attack speed for my basic skill on the helmet, but unfortunately this one rolled with armor and maximum life pretty high actually. Cooldown reduction is pretty important. That's all. Chest piece is the razor blade. Basically your main thorns for everything you do. Gloves, attack speed, critical strike chance as high as possible. The rest is basically up to you. I would love to see something like plus to all stats for the Paragon board. That would be better. Also, legendary power skills deal up to 20% more damage based on your primary resources. Most of the time you have full resources, so that's pretty good. Pants is the armor enchantment for 45% more armor when we get all 100 stats. I got 4 ranks of Warcry, could be better, but main focus was the damage reduction and the damage reduction to close enemies and Thorns. These are the 3 primary stats. You could always go for something else here in terms of ranks, or maybe another layer of fortify, damage negation, whatever. Boots. We're gonna use all 3 shots, so we get unstoppable for 8 seconds, and for 4 seconds after unstoppable we still have 10% increased movement speed, and we are able to run through enemies. We could get this better. In terms of stats, yeah, plus to all stats is always better for your Paragon board. I've used a little bit of resistances for poison and cold here, and movement speed's really important. Yeah. Weapon basic skills deal basic skills gain 60% attack speed. On my bludgeoning 2-handed bludgeoning weapon, this is pretty good to keep up your berserking and also hit with your basic skill. I had this at a specific time on gloves, and I was shocked how hard it was to kill some enemies in the game, especially with suppressor ability. That's kind of still an issue because it is bugged. For stats, I have basic skill damage, strength, damage to crowd controlled enemies, which is absolute useless. Not really, but I mean we slow down enemies all the time, but it's not so good at all. And close enemies damage, I would love to see vulnerable damage here and even critical strike damage. That's way better. Then we use 2 axes. These are actually pretty good. We got damage to close, strength, all stats, and basic skill damage. We'd love to see vulnerable or critical strike damage on these. Also, we run 10% more damage for every second we stand still. That works pretty well with launching strike. The other one is the Thorns while berserking. with way better stats. We have vulnerable on there. We have basic skill damage and +2 all stats and strength. You could actually ignore basic skill damage if you get critical strike damage instead. I just wanted to try the basic skill damage thing, how good that is, and unfortunately it loses against vulnerable and critical strike damage. That's just what it is. On our two-handed slashing weapon, we use the Thorns deal AoE damage, legendary power. This weapon is old, but it is pretty good. It has 60% vulnerable damage, damage to slowed enemies, basic skill damage, and +2 all stats. Pretty good. I have another one on bank without basic skill damage, but it has critical strike damage, and I'm just looking for a better imprint. At the moment, I don't have an 80%, but the moment I get it, I will change that. Rings. On this one, I got maximum life, critical strike chance, vulnerable damage, and damage to slowed, which is relatively good. The shout imprint for reducing the cooldown on our shouts. The other ring, also critical strike chance. We want to have a lot of critical strike chance to get the berserking from lunging strike. Damage to slow, damage to injured is shit. Not gonna lie, damage to close is okay, but nothing special. And we're gonna use the shout skills generate fury. More on that later. On necklace, we got the fortify legendary power. We have movement speed, damage reduction while fortified is pretty good. We have Thorns damage and cooldown reduction. The main focus is movement speed and cooldown reduction. The fortified damage negation could easily be something else. You could get some points into your skills, like I don't know. What is it called? I've sometimes seen necklaces with tough as nails as ability. Yeah, that's about it. Mainly, we're gonna use our axes to attack with our lunging strike. So if we just go over the lunging strike, you can see that we use our one-handed weapons, and that's for a reason. Skill tree. We have 5 points in lunging strike. We got these extensions here for berserking and heal. We skip completely through the core skills. Rallying cry for the unstoppable. Still the only way to really get unstoppable, and with all these stuns, freezes and shit, this is by far the best. We also got the imposing presence for more life, which is not bad. We need a lot of defense. That's really important. We got outburst for more thorns, and we got tough as nails for even more thorns and the bleeding effect. We got challenging shout with life bonus and challenging shout for thorns. To improve our thorns or even more. If you get some ranks on that, that would be nice. Unfortunately, there's just 1 point left here. I don't think that, I don't know, 6% or something, what it increases is extremely worth it compared to other stuff we're gonna use. We got kick with the power kick as extension. We use this mainly for fortify, not fortify, for vulnerable. And also to kill specific enemies out in the field, like suppressor ability enemies. They are pretty hard to kill for Thorns, not gonna lie. And also targets that attack pretty slow. Kick is just overall the best in this scenario. We got Warcry for more damage. This also contributes to your Thorns damage. and a little bit berserking and even more damage. We got our booming voice and our raid leader for heals and also for the duration of our shouts. Especially the duration is really important for challenging shout and the extra thorns. You feel the difference in terms of damage. I also got swiftness for more movement speed. Damage reduction by berserking, since we berserk all the time. We got a damage reduction here. Pit Fighter for distant enemy reduction and a little bit more damage against enemies. And for critical strike chances, we use No Mercy. Since we bleed everything around us with tough as nails, the hamstring slows our enemies by 10% all the time. That means we are able to get these 9% critical strike chance against these enemies. I got 1 point into the Fortified generation. This is by far the worst case Fortified generation you have, but I kind of want to get down here to get 12% more 12% more damage while Fortified, at least with 50%. I also got Steel Grasp to pull in enemies, to make them vulnerable, and yeah, got an additional charge here to just crowd control enemies to pull them in. Some people might not know that Steel Grasp is able, also a kick, is able to interrupt enemies from certain attacks. So keep that in mind. Down here we have 3 points into attack speed with one-handed weapons. The attack speed is pretty important here. This is the reason why we use one-handed weapons, to attack even faster. And then I got the Unconstrained key passive for Berserk duration and a little bit more damage from Berserk. Off to the Paragon board. This is how my Paragon board looks overall. So we start down here. I chose to go for the defensive side here for more armor and more life. Then I was moving up here and got the Disembowel glyph. That's basically reducing the cooldowns for your shouts and also kick. I just took every thing on this side here just to get all the willpower I need, and also to get more armor and strength. The armor's here the important part. Then I'm going up to the Flawless Techniques board. So this is, I'm just gonna try to leave this like that, so you are able to see what I've done to this board, basically. In this board, we're gonna go into the damage while fortified glyph. Gives you a little bit damage reduction, gives you a little bit damage. We fortify relatively fast, so that's pretty good. I also took the rare nodes here for critical strike damage with one-handed weapons. This is good for your lunging strike, to deal a little bit more damage with lunging strike. Plus the critical strike damage. This is, in the end, the last couple of steps you're gonna do to fill out this board. I was just going into this here to get the path to this flawless technique point, which gives you critical strike chance of 5%. And this one down here is basically the last. It was the last couple of points I had to put into my Paragon board, and I put them up here to get more damage out of my launching strike, because launching strike gets really important. Yeah, and then we have 9% damage reduction from close enemies. This is just because of the way we need to go around here. I took the armor on the way. And then we got damage with one-handed weapons on top of it, and a little bit of attack speed. And then I'm running basically straight to the next board, which is the Carnage board. We also use Carnage. By berserking, critical strikes increase your attack speed by 8%, so we have even more attack speed. I'm just gonna leave that board just a slight second here to see how I approach this board and how I moved through it. The glyph is territorial, close enemy damage reduction, and damage to close enemies. Main focus also here the rare nodes with berserking damage and damage reduction from close enemies. And trying to get as many dexterity nodes as possible without having any trouble. And then we move up here to get the damage while berserking, and also these blue nodes for damage while berserking. And also this down here, damage against the leads is pretty good. This is the reason why we took all these blues with us. And also damage while berserking. And yeah, carnage, 8% attack speed for every... stacks up for critical. For every critical strike, you get 2% attack speed, up to 8%. This is basically always up and running when we attack. So then we approach the next board, which is the Decimator board. I'm just gonna leave it like that you can see what I did on this board. This is our vulnerable board. This is also the point where we put in the martial node. It grants us 125% bonus to all magic nodes in range. That means we get 18.8% more vulnerable damage and damage reduction from vulnerable enemies from these blue nodes around here. The rare is also going to give you vulnerable damage and damage reduction from vulnerable enemies, which is pretty good. On our way to our next board, we're going to take the vulnerable damage plus armor with all these rare nodes around it. And then we are off to our last board, which is the Bone Breaker board. I'm just going to leave that here that you can see what I did. This board basically has fortified damage reduction on this side. Fortified damage as a plus damage while fortified in the middle. And down here we have this glyph. It's a relatively good board to push this glyph for vulnerable damage and getting vulnerable on your enemies. I just took this rare node here because of this dexterity node to basically get more vulnerable damage. Anything else is not really important. So these are my Paragon boards. This is what I decided. I don't know if this is the best way to go through. I calculated a lot with this build. Calculated a lot around. And for me it works relatively well. Yeah, that's basically Thorns Barb. Let me just quickly... I recorded this on the side. Maybe I'm gonna use it for the guide video, to make a real guide video. Maybe I re-record this. I don't really know at the moment. I just want to check if the recording is... Okay. If the recording is laggy, the last couple of days I had pretty hard lags. Oh yeah, it's freaking laggy. I don't know why that is. Something is wrong with these recordings. I don't know if it is because of 4K. This was more likely a try because I want to sometimes record some dungeons just to get it in better quality. I don't want to download from YouTube a 720p if I stream in 4K and I'm able to watch 4K. I actually want to download a 4K file on my own profile from my own videos. But unfortunately, YouTube is not capable of doing that. I don't know why it lags. CPU is actually okay-ish. I changed adjustments yesterday through and through. Yeah, let's start with Kotra Gun here. This is basically the final version of the build. Like I said, some things in stats could change. I would love to change them, but I just didn't get the items for it. And re-rolling some stats is sometimes more expensive than you think. At the moment, it works pretty well. I'm fine with it. And yeah. 65 was the highest clear up until now. Went relatively well. I have a hardcore key for blind burrows. The kind of key you don't want to play, actually. Yeah, and you can see how heavy I struggle against suppressors. I think everyone struggles a little bit against suppressors because it is buggy. Maybe it's intended to be like that, but then on the other side, I'm sorry, but nope. Change that, Blizzard. I actually don't know what's going on there, but I think everyone has actual issues with suppressor. As far as I have seen people. Yeah, and this is the reason why we have so much attack speed and stuff like that. Just to handle shit like this. Also, it's really good to get furry. And don't underestimate your launching strike. It's a pretty good weapon. If you play on PC, this build runs way better because just your options of control are way better than mine. I'm playing on a PlayStation and it's... In terms of control, it's extremely horrible. There are a lot of people complaining about that. On Twitter, in the forum and stuff like that. Well, they always say they work on that, but I'm pretty sure there's only one solution to this issue, and that is giving us... Whoa. How often do I need to press this freaking button? The only thing they can do is giving us mouse and keyboard options. Anything else is just stupid. I'm sorry. This game is intended to be played with mouse and keyboard instead of using a controller. Controller is just worst case. Yeah, sometimes damage values are just crazy and stupid, and they just don't match. Like you've seen in the last fight, that was just... Or this one. I mean, what the heck? I'm packed with damage negation things, and still they shred me. And then you go into the next dungeon, and there's literally no chance. They don't stand any chance against you. It's... Difference are crazy. It's like sometimes the game is just insanely bugged. It feels like it, I don't know. Or some abilities are bugged. I don't know. I also had some experiences with some trash mobs one-shotting me, which should not happen at all. That should not be a thing. Especially with this kind of defense. Yeah, and suppressor is always an issue. The whole AoE damage is missing. But none other than that, the build runs pretty well. I don't know what the highest option here is. If you push it a little bit further, I guess you could actually reach higher than that. Maybe even 80. And I guess at a specific point, the damage negation just fails. Like hell. Is this the rupture weapon? No. Okay, it was a normal sword, I'm sorry. I don't know how often I needed to press heal potion. That's also a big control issue. Yeah, look at the damage, and immediately you pull that guy towards you, and immediately you get a poison cloud on the ground, which completely destroys you. In my mind, this is completely wrong. This is absolutely completely wrong. That should not be like that. Oh. Somewhere down there. Did they immediately get back to full health? Incredible. You reach the end of the dungeon and everything goes back to full health. That's just so stupid. Okay, if you wanna chill here. Yeah.
Well struck. Fair trade.
Not so great. Not so great. What we picked up here.
Anything else?
Oh, it's like always. Mostly shit. Critical strike damage, overpower damage, core skill damage, damage by berserking, yeah.
Well struck.
Oh, Champion's Demise. Got 2 Champion's Demise. 2 Coldest Refuge. I guess. We're gonna do both Champion's Demise first. We're still on 61, but I'm gonna go higher today. And I'm gonna try the horrible blind burrows, which basically means everything that attacks me from behind deals 150% more damage, which is sick and sometimes just unplayable for several reasons, but okay. I don't know who had this idea and thought that would be a great idea. Where is this? There. Sometimes to find these guys, even especially with their range, they sometimes have a huge range. And they attack you from close to outside the screen and you can't really see their health bar. So you don't recognize them, and then you ask yourself, why the heck do they get so few damage all here? All of these enemies, and then you realize, oh, there's somewhere some guy with an armor push. That's just freaking annoying. Oh! Where came you from? Where did you came from? I'm a little bit shocked about this guy. I was like, huh? Okay, there's an enemy. Like, something like this happens sometimes, and I don't know why. I have 10, 15, 20, 30 enemies around me attacking me at the same fucking time, and I'm not dying once. But then there's one guy that just one-shots me out of the blue. I'm pretty sure the game is in several places extremely bugged, but nobody talks about this because most people don't realize it. Regarding the content they run. And the builds they run. They don't realize what's actually happening there. Like, how many enemies did actually attack me here on the way down here? And I didn't die. And up there was just one enemy. Hit me. And I was dead. This is... There's something wrong with this game. Most of the time. And before you argue, I didn't attack with my main skill. I didn't attack with my main skill up there. Basic skill, sorry. Not main skill, basic skill. Both were the same situations. But on one place I got attacked multiple times and I survived pretty well. And on the other side on the other position I was just crashed like hell. What the fuck? Fucking poison. Yeah, this is also an issue. If you look closely, this guy still has this, I don't know, health buff. I guess it is a health buff because we still deal the same damage to these kind of enemies. It looks like a health buff to me. So sometimes they retain the buff, even if the enemy giving them the buff is already dead for an eternity. This is an event. Oh. So alone here in the dark. Yeah, and against single target kick is pretty good most of the time. Or against enemies that don't attack you that much. It's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. Yeah, you also try to put vulnerable on enemies before you kick with Steel Grasp, especially in boss fights. But this is not really a boss killer build. I guess there are way better builds to kill a boss. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more to get to level 21. That's fine. I still don't know why my recording is so broken and lags like hell. That makes no sense to me. Before I was thinking about codec, that the codec I'm streaming basically in MP4 H.264, and I was recording in H.265.
Precious stones, beautifully cut.
And I thought actually that this might have been the issue. But no, it's still lucky. Maybe it is 4K, just because of 4K. Unfortunately, the problem is you can't really change your settings while you are streaming for your recording. Oh, 10% cooldown reduction. Okay, we are at 13.5. That's 1% difference. Nope. Movement speed, but no cooldown negation.
This I can sell.
Two sacred items for completing the rift. I call that value. I call that incredible value. I'm impressed. I'm literally impressed. You go 61. What did we get? Nope. Yeah. Okay. Pretty good ones. Championes de Maizes. Did I open up the wrong key? I did. I opened up a cultist refuge. Huh. Okay, then we go cultist refuge, I guess. It was actually planned to go Champion's Demise, but... Okay. Let's just do this. This is 67, isn't it? 65 was the highest I was going. Running, whatever. Oh no, no. Okay, it might be okay-ish here in this dungeon. Yeah, of course. You sneaky bastard. It was at my position and then it ran away. Also with this lightning, sometimes it hits you for one shot and sometimes it does not. I've tested this last time, and I didn't find any conclusion why this happens. Why the ranges are so different. There was literally no conclusion I was able to find. I hate if this happens in here. They do not attack you. It's really harsh to kill them. Yeah, it's just a couple of porters that really attack you. This ability drags the dungeon out at least 2 minutes every dungeon, I think. Yeah, this is the problem. How am I able to focus down this stupid motherfucker if I'm... Oh, Butcher is here. The audience today. Could we just kill this mob here, please? Motherfucker! 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 Seriously, what the heck's wrong with you, Butcher? Oh boy. Oh boy. Next time, dude, next time. This was by far the first time Butcher killed me. Ever. Not ever. In the beta I was shocked about this. I didn't realize what's happening. Yeah, this was a really dick move. This was a real dick move. Yeah, Kick is also not supposed to knock back enemies anymore with this glyph. What? This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes this mob never deals any damage against me. There's no problem at all. This mob usually is absolutely no problem at all. But apparently, it just one-shot at me or two-shot at me, and I don't know how. I have no clue how this happened. And don't tell me it's not bugged. Yep, follow the rats. There we are. Hello, rat. Also, this ability, if you climb down a ladder, it does not follow you. And I had this once that I was right here and then it triggered. And it triggered up there, and I wasn't able to get up there fast enough. It was a little bit of a problem. Ah, motherfucker Butcher. The stun outside the bubble. His kick. Usually I kill this guy without any issues at all. This is by far one of the best builds to kill Butcher. Just that you know. See this? Poison cloud, poison cloud, poison cloud immediately. There's no way you can actually efficiently kill these enemies as a melee character if there's always a poison cloud on the ground. Wherever you pull them, whatever you do, they're gonna fuck you up with their poison cloud. There's no way you can actually efficiently kill these enemies. This is just having luck in the end. Against, yeah, what kind of enemy type you're gonna get. But I had so many elites. They put down a poison cloud, you pull them away from the poison cloud, and immediately, there's another poison cloud. Immediately. Pretty harsh, pretty bad. I'm so mad about the Butcher. Butcher is really easy with this build. Usually it's really easy, but he kicked me out of my bubble. And stunned me for half an eternity. Yeah, targeting something on PlayStation is just incredibly impossible. And I don't know what they talk about on Blizzard Entertainment's Twitter. This one guy, man, sure you can target with this and this, and no, it's not working. It's literally not working. Believe me, it's not. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I've tried this function. It's shit. It's the worst case thing ever. You need a mouse for this game. It's just what it is. The benefits of having a mouse is just too great. But I'm not gonna own a Windows PC. I have Mac and I'm happy with Mac and I will not change that at all. After not overpowering, while wielding a palm, while wielding a sword, swapping weapons, while wielding two-handed weapons, hitting with a map and mastery skill. Yeah, I guess we go for this one first. You never know. This was a 67. We have a 64 too. What was that? Quadragon, okay. Yeah, I guess we run the 64. Or actually, did we clean out the dungeon? I don't know. I don't care. Usually we clean out the dungeon completely. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. 5 minutes. And then I'll be back. See you then. So there we go. Let's go another coldest refuge.
Not ready yet.
Of course. There's a goblin.
Not ready yet.
Wow, this guy died pretty fast. Oh, I see. I should actually start the Nightmare Dungeon. I thought I did before I was going into my break. I was kinda stupid. It happens.
Not ready yet.
You all have barrier. That's unfair. How did you get here? Oh yeah, nice. An event shrine.
I must wait.
I don't want to kill those.
Not ready yet.
Another stupid ancestral helm, which we don't need. Oh, actually, I would take this legendary power from it. But that's about it. There's only one reason why I'm running this dungeon. What the fuck?
Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
Would be nice to see a unique helmet dropping in here. This frost stuff. Deals fucking insane damage. And freezes you like hell. Instant poison. And look at how massive the damage is. Wow.
Not ready yet.
I feel like I've lost 90% of my damage negation immediately. Yeah, I don't know how they are able to retain a buff that was never here. Yeah, let's take some gems too. Why not? Yeah, of course.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, let's clear this. That's all? That's all.
Well struck.
Yeah, I want this. '85 maze. Core skill, damage to crowd, damage to injured, stats. Blah. It's just 23%. Oof. It would be 46. No.
Great. No witchcraft here. Only
No witchcraft here. Yeah, 65. Pretty good. Then I've got deleted. So we are at the moment at 67 with this build. And the only 70 key we have at the moment is not good, to be honest. Also need to try a little bit around here with YouTube shit. Since we are actually able, even if we streamed in 4K, only able to download from our own profile a 720p file, which is unfortunately because recording seems not to work at the moment. Unless I go down to HD streaming. And I'm trying basically to download a file that's actually usable. So I need to use basically a tool which is illegal some sort. Oh wow, what a lag. What's going on? Okay. We already opened up Jimit's demise. Yeah, just to download my own videos, which is kind of sick. Sorry, I mean, at least an HD file should be presentable. I don't know why that is, that they don't include an HD file to download for you. That's a little bit stupid. I mean, if I'm doing this on my own profile, it should be possible. Wow, the tool is pretty slow, and now everything slows down. Even knowing that I don't really do anything. And we stuck in the game. Yeah, it's pretty laggy. Yeah, well, let's try it. It downloads 800 megabytes. That's, yeah, seems like a 1440p. Could be. I'm gonna try to fight these enemies in this bubble.
Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
Yeah. What?
I'm not ready yet.
Oh yeah, perfect. That's me dying here right now.
I must wait.
At least me dying. Did I pick up white boots? I picked up white boots. Just want to wait until the download is done. It tells me 3 minutes. Because I think that's just... It shouldn't be, but it feels like it is the issue at the moment. Yeah.
Not ready yet.
Ouch. Yeah, focus targeting something you can't focus target. Have fun with this. Look at the poison damage. This is... Dude, fucking die. This is ridiculous in every kind of way.
Not ready yet.
Is this enemies hitting you from behind deal 150% damage? I haven't even... Yeah, it seems like it. No, it's not. Wants to become unstoppable. Wants to deal additional 20% physical. Why am I dying so hard? That makes no sense at all. Did they patch something? Did I miss something? It feels today like everything deals 10 times more damage than before. Oh yeah, and then you got these idiots.
Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
And feels like we take 10 times more damage than before.
Not ready yet.
So I did download apparently a 1440p file. Let's check the... Okay. I'm not able to watch it. What kind of MP4 is this? It tells me it's not compatible. But it also tells me it's an MP4. Yeah, MP4 could be anything. Yeah. Opus VP09. It's also, this tool is also capable of downloading you 4K weapon. Kinda need to check this. Weapon is not bad as a codec. Why do I get so hard hit today? Everything's fine. Seems like same. But usually they don't crush me so hard. Feels weird. This is just a 64, 65. I don't know. Sometimes it's like that, sometimes it's completely different. Enemies die pretty fast and the damage like this, I mean, I don't get much damage in my face here, even from the big guy. It's fine. The other big guy before completely demolished me into oblivion.
Not ready yet.
There are a lot of keys here. Pretty good. I don't want to fight this shit. Ouch. The weapon is 1.3 gigabytes. That seems more like a 4K file. Oh yeah, perfect. The biggest fuck up ever here.
I must wait. I must wait.
And now, in just, I don't know, just a second later, you don't get any damage at all. What's going on? First, you're gonna go up this lane and everything completely crushes you up here. And then you go down here and you feel like, okay, I'm in a completely new dungeon. It doesn't hurt too much, the usual shit, actually. I'm not gonna take care of this shit.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh yeah, the big lag. Next stuff. Why? Why? Yeah, downloading a 1.3 gigabyte file might not be the best thing to do at the moment. I think it is the reason. There's a shrine. We didn't click the shrine. Okay, it's an event shrine. It was better that we didn't click it. Wait. Yeah, look where we spawned. Stupid.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh shit, yeah, my card stopped working. Oh no. I'm in the middle of hell, so I can't really take care of my card at the moment.
I'm not ready yet.
It's a weird day, to be honest.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh fuck, I'm running from one stupid point into the next point. I wanna fix my card, but I can't. Really? There we go. It's fixed. How the fuck did this follow me up here? I don't want to fight this shit. This is out of the chest. And yeah, perfect. Next. Wow, I hate it. I fucking hate it. Give me 5 minutes. I'm sorry, but I really need 5 minutes to check my internet here. So there we go. I hope it runs better now.